Welcome back to another stream. Today we're going to be continuing with Dishonored. Maybe do some Resident Evil Village later. Who knows? We will see. Come on. The Steam overlay is broken a little bit, but that's fine. Welcome back to another episode of Dishonored. Last time we left off, what's this? Oh, we already read that. Last time we left off, we'd escaped Coldridge Prison. Now, upon reviewing the footage, I did notice it looked really green in a lot of places. So, I think it's because of this. And it looks fine now. The problem is if I turn this off, look how much worse the game looks. It's so bright and foggy, but if it turned on it looks really nice and clean. Anyway, here to look for money. What the hell? That's almost unnoticeable. Alright, it's gotta be like shit in the water around here, right? Oh, get away from me, you bitch. Can I not kill it? Is there no way to get rid of that thing? Can I get through here? I can. Interesting. It's gonna be difficult to like look for stuff in there though, with the fish being the way it is. Is there anything here? Hello? Oh, what's this? TV and all? Yeah, that's it's gonna be really difficult. Is there no way to deal with them fish? Dishonored. Oh. Okay, so not right now. There's nothing we can do against the fish at the moment. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Let's get back over here. Oh. Probably stuff over there. Oh fuck, there's that bitch ass fish. There's another one over there. I wonder if there's loot over here. Oh, what's this? I don't know what I just ate, but I think it gave me health. I'm almost certain it did. Inch mouth sextant. This area has a weird like humming noise. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Got any more loot out here? Hello, loot. Mushy mushy. Oh, what's that? Ooh, a pearl. Is that a fish? What is that? This. Or have I just... Can I get my bolt back? I cannot. But the fish is dead. Which is pretty nice. We'll get the bolt back eventually, I'm assuming. We'll find one. Don't have to worry too much. It was a nice little experiment. Alright, let me check something. Okay. We've got, oh, what else is there? Okay. I don't know how big this area is. Like, can we go over there? Is there stuff over there? What about over there, right? I'm assuming that's everything over here. There's another bitch-ass fish. Is this open? Can I go in here? No. Oh, there's two of them over here. I'll do a quick save. Before I go in here. There's a bitch-ass fish over there. What about over here? Oh, I see one right there. Come on, let me climb up. Let me... Okay, now. What's this? Oh. Just... If I can eat to restore my health. I'm assuming I can't go beyond there. I wonder what happens if we do. Get a quick save. Oh. Was that an invisible wall? That's an invisible wall. I was half expecting as soon as we went beyond that thing, you just get attacked by a bunch of fish and die. That's what I was expecting. Oh shit, there's one. It's more. No, let me up, let me up. Let me up. Oh my god, game. Game. I can't believe it, man. Just got ate the fuck up. I don't know if there's anything over here. No, I must see anything. Alright, let's go back to the start now. What's this? Ooh. Okay. That helped a lot with restoring our health. We probably could have saved the health potion, but fuck it, man. Who cares? Right. It's no biggie. Usually, we'd never use them anyway, so... And since we're doing a ghost run, it doesn't really make that big a difference. Oh, more ore. Can I break this? No. Can I open that? Admiral found our man after 6 months in quartered prison. He slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes, not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress.
And listen to the conversation before we run off.
Yes, I have.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Alright, but we've had that conversation. I'm not going in to talk to them just yet. I already spoke with you. Alright, so that connects with that.
Welcome to the Hound Pit Pub, sir. How may I help?
Hello, sir. I am Wallace, and this is Cecilia. We have been informed of your arrival and will do our best to stay out of your way while you conduct your business.
Yes. Lydia's a servant here as well.
Who's Lydia?
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe
find
he
it again.
can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him. I don't need to tell you, if the authorities investigated this place, we would be hard-pressed to explain ourselves.
Really?
We brought a few trifles over from Pendleton Manor. A touch of home in these trying times.
You coming in for a kiss?
Your room in the loft should assure your privacy. Lord Pendleton was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, but there was a great shuffling of the aristocratic families. My lord was attacked by vipers from all sides.
Was he now?
I understand you were once welcome at court, before the murder. May I say I am relieved to have another man here who knows the courtly world. This building has stood here for over 3 centuries. As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home, I would defend it with my life. I may well have to.
We've exhausted his dialogue. I'm sure we'll find that other guy. So, again, or other woman. A person. Again, sometime. How much money is in this place? I guess we'll never know. The game does not want to tell us, fortunately. Oh. Cool. Coin. A map. The game isn't really not telling me how much money's here. Mysteries of Pandesia. Excerpt from a book on the far continent Pandesia. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandesian continent as a place of wonder, where all of life has entwined and blossomed across eons, producing a vibrant ecology unrivaled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman by contrast talk of horror and heresies, of cults, of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have travelled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of someday growing it into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. But today, these attempts have all ended in madness and failure. Not if it was me, I would do it. You know, I would. I would lock in. I would get it done. That's just me, though. Not everyone can be like me. Not everyone can be like me. Getting this shit done. What's over here? Nothing. Okay. If you say so. Probably possible to get up there in the future. Maybe I can get up there from here. I don't even know if the door opens or not yet. Anything over here? How about up here? Oh, hold on.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The old port district.
I think that's a invisible wall.
The Weeper count for the month
or maybe not.
Has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain.
Can't open that right now.
And stay loyal.
Maybe in the future. If only we could collect that rock. Armpits key needed. Alright, if you say so. Can I get up here? I can. Does doing this save me any purpose? I do not know. I do not. Oh, almost missed that. Ooh. Bunch of coins.
River
Music to my ear.
From landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
There's nothing for us. Nope. Alright. This is back in here. We're not finished. I'm leaving them till last. Oh, there's that person. Litany on the White Cliff. except from a series of Overseer invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, with the foggy grey wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire of our virtuous actions that others will not lose their way, and to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbours, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt.
Oh my, you startled me.
Don't worry about
you
it.
could only be Corvo. I suppose you're practicing for your job? You're much younger than I expected. Do make yourself at home. Terrible you got blamed for the death of the Empress. Rest her spirit.
Okay.
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic though, isn't it?
It doesn't really look that dark to
I
me.
used to be the hostess here.
Do not
Oh, I
attempt
could
to
tell you
house
stories
or
about
care
that,
for a
believe
friend
me.
or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area.
Is that okay on
The
her
only
back?
way to help them
I'd take
is
it.
to bring them to the city
No.
watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
You can call on Cecilia for the more menial tasks. It's what she's suited for.
Okay.
I hope the bed's to your liking. Let me know if you have trouble sleeping.
I always have trouble sleeping. Not in real life though, in real life I sleep like a baby. Oh. Ooh, points. There's a lot of shit to read here, but whatever. Except from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of a dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise, esoteric patterns. Knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You two have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. Okay. The Young Prince of Tyria. Excerpt from a theatre play. Lord Nathan Bale shaken with outrage. How dare you, sir? Closer in my very home. I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tyrian. Prince Calasar moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calasar smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale gasping. Oh my, Calasar, your skin is so warm it burns. The hell? What the helly? What the helly, auntie? A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2. An excerpt from the travel journal of a whaler in his final years. A Gaffer's Tales, Volume 2, or a Gaffer's final passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling. Too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the isles and made more coins than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandesia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies. Long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who would knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. Oof. Rip. Bozo ice, guess. Oh. I'll take that. Oh, wait, hold on, is that a coin there? No, it's not. Did I read this? No. Exit from a book of sea shanties sung by sailors. Okay. Well, I'm not singing out a song. Did I read this? Yeah.
Dunwall citizens,
We did.
be advised the river crust infestation has spread downriver as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to
Unbreakable
approach or
door.
destroy a river crust. Any
Hub
items
master room key.
are considered state property.
I'm looking for money. Ooh, money. Gaffer's Tale Volume 1. Oh, nice. Let's listen to this first.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we have moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. With Pendleton's voting bloc and my military connections, all we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-Ball. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Read that one, we just read it. But I wanted to make sure. Havelock Log Entry 1. It has been days since I remembered dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Pierre has spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge? And if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. Well, your odds were shit. It was 100% from the beginning. Gaffer's early adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood. Leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known, we boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian peers. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I've ever done, and I saw as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. Tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. These siblings are kissing each other? Okay, well, maybe they're from Alabama. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing would ever fired my spirit so, as the wind and pounding waves racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Railing was beginning to put its mark on me, so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned. Hand and sinewy with muscle, never creases already wrinkling the corners of my eyes. But she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. And all that was taken away from them in this one. Yeah. Yep. All of it was taken away from him by the world. Rip Bozo. Excerpt from a book on naval history. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol. Its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them, boys come of age in the cities of Crystal hoping to someday captain such a ship. And family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Mali insurrection. In times of war and peace, Crystal continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the most powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Hey, if you say so. I don't see any more money in here. Nothing up top. Alright. Oh nice, 100 gold. I'll take it.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Did you do that?
No. So, oh, there's more floors. Interesting. Alright, I'm assuming this is the ground floor. Oh, there's a basement too. We'll look at the basement later. Already spoken to you. Where's the other woman? Oh wow, a bricked up door. Me too. Me too. Oh, there she is. Why did you block the door?
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right. Admiral Havelock made it very clear that we aren't to carry lamps outside.
Okay, good for you.
Maybe you haven't seen much of it, but the city has changed a great deal after the Empress died. Since the Lord Regent took over, the city watch is best avoided. Most people try not to go outside at all. We can't leave the pub. I've nowhere to go anyway. My apartment was in the flooded district.
Alright, you can go now. Oh, yummy. Tasty. A little snack up here when we're hungry later. Oh, Corvo's chambers. We'll probably have to come back up here again later. What are you doing in my room? Oh yeah, what's she like? Man, our chambers are shit. They're just walking through it as they please. Not only that,
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown
was
to
covered in
sunrise
spider webs and
unless
shit.
you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary.
Will do now.
Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
I do not see any money up there. What the fuck was that? Oh. Okay. Well, now we know what those are. Now we know what those are. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Alright, now I want to look up here for money. Foot. Looking for money. Oh. Where are we going? I don't know what the point of all that was, but whatever. We got the Hammaster pub key, but I don't know where it goes to. Maybe it's in the basement? I don't know. Oh, that's where this is, over here, where we picked up something. Anything up here? Money. I need money. I don't know what I need it for. Or I can't remember what I need it for. But still want it, you know? I guess there's just another way down there. I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Let's look out front for money then. And then we'll go speak to these guys, see what they want. Hell yeah. No, not yet. Oh. Oh. And gold. We're rich. We are rich as hell. Oh, maybe something up there? Find out. Abandoned apartment key needed. Well, never mind, I guess I'll go fuck myself. What about up? No, nothing up there. Anything in this bin? Nope. Have to make sure. Anything hidden over here? Some ore maybe? Maybe another door. It's just another way in there. Alright. I think it's time we speak to these bozos. Actually, no, there was the basement too, wasn't there? Can go inside there. Check the basement out. What's down here? Old Port District sewer key needed. Never mind then. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got some bread. Where the hell? We got a decent amount of bread. We still have in here to look at too, for money.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need.
Some of the boatmen smuggled you across the river from Coldridge Prison. Oh no, you read this. This is the new one here. Piero is an inventor who is available to craft and upgrade equipment. Piero spends most of his time in the workshop.
Go talk to him and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
I'm gonna speak to this guy first, because he's staying here, it seems.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent,
Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. There's something distinguished about you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised. Did you know I'm distant kin to the late Empress and her line? Not close enough, sadly. I'll never be Emperor. Most of the nobility went straight over to the Lord Regent's side after the Empress died. Easiest thing to do. But to me, a noble birth requires a sense of loyalty. This city has fallen into ruin since the plague struck. These poor weepers moaning and bleeding from the eyes. They say there's no cure for the plague once it advances that far. Terrible.
I don't think he actually cares about it, the weepers. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wonder how, I wonder why. Okay. Give me this shit too. Any more money? I'll take it if you guys don't need it. And you guys are NPCs, so you guys definitely don't need it. Let's not take us being, truck it.
Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown.
If you say so.
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can. You don't know what it means to work with a man who stood at the Empress's right hand. We can't bring her back, but at least we have the man she trusted most. And maybe we can help you right some of the wrongs done to you. This bar is mine, but please, treat it as your home. Piero still wants a word with you. He's not a diplomat, but he's a brilliant man. Samuel is a blessing. Without him, we couldn't navigate the waters of the river at night. We keep our lights low to avoid prying eyes. What I wouldn't give to be back at sea. I told them I'd be damned if I sail under a usurper's flag. You should have seen their faces. Curse the Lord Regent.
I'm surprised they didn't just have you killed, to be honest with you.
Piracy after the Navy, but then inspiration struck me, and I started assembling our little group here. The Empire was built on its Navy. Never forget that. I served proudly until the bureaucrats took over. Pendleton's a good man. Used to be close to that snake, the Lord Regent himself. Don't be fooled by the fact that Pendleton's a noble, though. Not all of them are terrible.
Uh-huh.
I bought this bar years ago. There were some happy times here before the plague hit the city. Before the Empress was killed and everything went to shit. We'll make it right again, together.
Alright, well, I've exhausted his dialogue. I think there's something in here. Unless these drawers can be opened, which I don't think you can. No. What's that? I'll use it, why not? Alright, is this open now? It is.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
Sure, buddy.
No! This cannot happen now the tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. The oil's unstable. When it explodes, there is a terrible mess.
Uh-huh, sure. What's all this then? I'll take all this. Alright. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula. Sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual message of idiocy, spending their coins as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague now, making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those who are afflicted, and it is nearly perfect, elegant in fact. And while it is true that Pierre's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. It is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. You see, Sokolov's elixir with its emphasis on the brute animal body is a crass goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variance in the key ingredients making up Pierre's remedy ensure that it works in the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Wrenhaven River. W. Self-Glaze. Pierre's request is denied. Piero, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? Tyrian ore? What's wrong with the metals and crystal? King Sparrow feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one's gonna miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. So I guess that gives a law reason on why the things we pick up give us gold. It's not like we're getting gold for them, it's that he needs them for his inventions. And it just turns into a resource that's more easier to display. Nice, money. Sokolov Technology and the New Age. Excerpt from a recent book detailing Sokolov's machines. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technology is that they share the same magnetic socket for the tanks of a processed rail oil that they use as fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even the lower guardsman of the city watch can handle the task. This applies to the arc, parallel and wall of light security systems as well as the powered carriages used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. The only obvious downside of Sokolov's designs is the volatility of the tanks themselves. A few incidents have occurred, resulting in damage to property or bodily harm whenever one of the tanks has exploded. Right, before we go upstairs, let's talk to the guy.
The dispenser upstairs will provide you with a fresh tank of whale oil. They're heavy, but you are no doubt strong enough to carry one back down here if you would.
No, I won't.
Handle them gently, or they will explode and kill us both. Did I mention that already? The device is fragile in this state. I must attend to it. The whale oil is in the tanks filled with the blue fluid, when they aren't drained anyway. Do you see it? The dispenser on the wall upstairs?
No.
Please, Corvo, hurry! All my progress will be lost without energy.
Womp womp. Alright, bye. Once I had chat. One second. I just wanted to make sure that we were fine with killing the fish for the achievement. Yeah, we're fine. Wait, did I read the book over here? I did, right? Yeah, I read them all. Yeah, alright. Short-term memory loss right there, chat. Oh wow, a portal. I wonder where it goes. Lame ass portal. Damn, this guy broke as fuck. Doesn't even have any whale oil for me to grab right here. Brother. Suckloff no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. Good Admiral has paid for the installation of my own system which will enable me work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks, they are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time, and then observe them for years if need be, to see if the formulation of energetic substance is developed. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
That sounds like an awful experiment to run on someone. Holy. Rail oil processing. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Rail House by Ebenezer Greaves. Oh my god, I bet. Does he hate Christmas too? Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up with a chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest part while it still lives. Holy, poor whale man, just getting tortured. Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of a trip east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 inches in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side for the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took it apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assume she filtered through from the water that was too small to be chewed. Excerpt from a manual on new City Watch procedures, commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of a growing plague crisis. The dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay grade. Failed experiments. excerpt from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course. And why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this. Despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed, only to gossip about it behind my back in those social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my daughter Nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc parallel or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Wow, it's the whole misunderstood genius trope. Woo! Give me an empty tank. I don't need it, but... Or if I just throw it at him, that's a waste of time. Or kill him.
Plug it in.
Oh, I'm gonna do a manual save, it's been a while. Actually, you know what? No, we're good.
Just get it near the receptacle. Magnet. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Send the lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Let's have a look. We have 2,018 coins. How much is in this area? I think we have everything here. Or maybe not. Let me have a look. No, I think we missed a few things, maybe. Could be a lot. Could be a lot, actually, yeah. I'm not paying for this. Now, upgrades, what have we got? That's not really useful for me, to be honest. I have no interest in using that. Yeah. Capacity seems like the most important. This seems like the most important, actually. Before we buy these upgrades, though, I'm gonna have another look around the map. If there's any more loot. So let me get on that.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Let's look around for a while before I bed down.
Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Okay. I'm assuming I can just buy whenever I want. Perfect. Alright. Let's have a little look around. Let's have a look around. Oh, Samuel, what are you doing here? I can speak again.
I once served under Admiral Havelock. Captain Havelock then. I don't know if he remembers me, but I fear it's rude to ask. I don't want to embarrass him. I was just a common riverman, hauling parcels and such along the river. But I know how to keep my trap shut, I do.
Do ya?
This is about as far downriver as I care to go. Toward the flooded district, the river's thick with corpses. I've seen battles in my younger years, and I see you've got the stuff. Say the word, and I'll back you. All of the little people in the city like me, we miss the Empress something terrible. And the fact that young Lady Emily is out there somewhere still lost, it's just too much for most folks to think about.
Alright. Let me have a little look around. Oh, loot. Hell yeah. Let's have a little look more. Let's have another look around. I have a little thing up that I'm looking at. I'm trying to use to find loot. So it's by the side of Piero's workshop. Oh, not there. Maybe down the back. Chat, we somehow missed loot right here. Very obvious loot too. What else? I have this one, I believe. Yeah. I have that too. Underneath a green awning, underneath the rubble. I think I got this already. Oh no, we missed a coin on the street. Right here. Alright, let me continue looking. Not looking, chat. I found another coin on the street. Right here. Oh yeah. Alright. Alright, there's some coins behind a door somewhere. Chat, they hid some coins behind a door. Look at that, man, that's crazy. Just right here, hidden at the door. Right in the front door. Alright, what else? What about this one? No. Often hidden there. In the brewery. Chat, we missed a coin behind the barrels in the brewery. It was next to the big pile right there. Alright, what else? I can't wait to get loot vision, man. I'm pretty sure I have this one up here. Medicinal herbs or what have you. Yeah, right there. I already have it. Coin on the sink. I already have that too. And
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People say he killed the Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever the...
Hold on, when's my last quick save? Let me redo that because I wanna get that conversation I just had. And in the recording. Oh, we're pretty far back, but that's fine. We'll make do. Grab that. Jump down. Won't take us too long to get it all. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Nah, quick save. Speak to you again. I can. Apparently I can speak to like all these people again.
You've met Piero. Good. You'll want to get some rest now. You'll be needed soon. Lord Pendleton's servant, Wallace, awaits you upstairs. He can show you to your chambers. Sleep well.
And you know? Alright, who else can be spoken to? Let's go find out. Let me grab this again. I had to reload because a conversation played while I had the recording paused. I don't want you guys to miss out on it.
Is the man dangerous?
Yes, very much so, but no need to fear. He is here to work with our masters.
People
I'll get
say
that
he
key
killed
out
the
of
Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I.
Alright, Wallace, we got to
Please
say.
follow me to your quarters. This building has stood here for over 3 centuries. As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home, I would defend it with my life. I may well have to. This building has stood here for over 3 centuries. As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home, I would defend it with my life. I may well have to.
Do you just say the same shit over and over again?
This building has stood here
does.
for over
Okay.
3 centuries. As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home, I would defend it with my life.
He doesn't have anything now.
I may well have to.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining.
You've already heard that. Alright, let me go back to looking for actually, let me go up top at this guy first. See if he has anything to say. And then I'll go back to looking for gold. And then we'll do some upgrades. And that'll be the end of this video. We'll go to the next mission. And there'll be a new video. A quick save right here.
This is your room. It was chosen to give you privacy. I understand you'll need your rest. This building has stood here for over 3 centuries.
We're done here.
As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home.
Chosen for privacy, and yet they just keep walking through it to get to the roof for some reason. Alright guys, I'm gonna go back to looking for money. I'll see you guys as I find it. And that's the end, probably buy upgrades. Alright, let's see. What else? What else? I think we have this stuff. I'm just gonna follow this guide as we go, to be honest. Pouch and a coin up top. Yeah, we got it. What else? Havelock's room, Mark 202. Right, what have we got? Underneath his bed is a pouch. Did we get that? We missed a pouch underneath Havelock's bed in here. 25 coins. Can't believe we missed that. That's crazy. Anyway, is there anything else in here? No, I don't think so. Check 201's room. think we got everything in here. We got the wisdom from this bed and this, and then some oil stuff over there. Before entering Corvo's chambers. We missed an entire ass open window up here. Goes over here. I can't believe we didn't see this. That's crazy. What's up here? There's nothing up here. What about over here? Point of 10. I'm gonna do a quick save in case I fall to my death right here. I didn't fall to my death, but it's gonna waste a lot of time. Come on. Put me in. That opens. So we can go in there. Alright, let's see what's in here. What have we got? Powdered crystal. Trials of aptitude. Excerpt from a book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. Oh, we've already read that. Yeah, I remember. You read this? No. Excerpt from a book on the celebrations and holidays. At the end of every year after the last day of the month of songs, we begin the Fugue Feast. The new year has not started and thus the time that follows is outside the calendar. A period of celebration and feasting begins during which the people abandon the very practices that keep them whole and healthy over the year. Many leave their homes euphoric with spirits or potent herbs. Some paint their faces or wear masks to conceal themselves as they pursue their passions without reservation. When the right cosmological signs are observed and it is time for the calendar to begin anew, the sitting High Overseer calls for the Hymn of Atonement, and the Fugue Feast ends. Families return to their homes, wives to their husbands, enemies put down their weapons and fires are extinguished. No complaint is given for those who have wronged others, deviated from ancient codes or discarded oaths. This time during the astrological alignment does not exist and is not recorded. The following day starts the new year, marked on the first day of the month of Earth as it has always been. Is this a reference to that film? I just have the title in mind, but it's gone already. The Purge, is it? Chat, why is the game green as fuck? Let me turn this off. It still looks kind of green, doesn't it? Still looks kind of green. Let me look at OBS. No, it's not that. Filters. Color correction. I don't know. It looks. It's whatever, I guess. There's nothing I can do about it because I turned the filters off and it still looked kind of green. Or the reshading game. So I don't know what to do. Luckily it doesn't really look that green here, but it was particularly bad in Coleridge Prison. Oh, was that money erected? No, it's not. We do have another book though. Excerpt from a work of fiction, early chapters. Court of the Spheres, Volume 1. My stomach twisted as the engines of the odd vessel roared louder. It was the creation of Orcado, bird prefect from the Academy of Natural Philosophy, who was exhilarated, savouring each of the small craft's undulations. Orcado pulled the lever and a great gout of smoke surrounded us. The smell of burning whale oil grew unbearable as the machine propelled itself upward. I was too afraid to look through the window. It suddenly didn't feel thick enough. As if knowing my thoughts, Overseer Bryn looked at me and smiled. Recite some of the litany, my pupil. It will protect your heart from the turpitude of the void on our way to the outer spheres. 1 second, chat. I wonder if anyone else has had this problem. Dishonored looks green on OBS. I'm not really having this problem with any other game now. I don't think I can change the color range, can I, at the moment? Some streaming. Where do I even... where is it? No, I can't because I'm streaming and recording. I don't think it's the color range, though. Might be. Might be. I'd have to end stream and recording to change it, though. Which is a bit of a pain in the ass, really. Okay, let me alt tab out again. Filters, chroma key. Okay. I think that is doing the job. Hold on. I just added a chroma key filter. I think that is fixing it. Once the game launches up, we'll see. Let's see here. No, it still looks... I mean, I think it looks better. Let me alt tab out and... Oh yeah, I think that looks much better. It looks much less green. Okay, that'll do, I think. I think it's strange because I don't think I've had this problem with any other game apart from this one. So I don't know, man. Yeah, that looks much closer to what I'm seeing. Alright. I've applied the chroma key, and the game looks much less green, I think. I don't really understand why I'm having this issue with this specific issue with this game. But here we are. Alright, I don't see any money out here. I'm gonna go back to looking for more. And I'll see you guys even when I find any. Oh, hold on. Hold on. That's the balcony right there, right? Let's have a little peep. Let's have a little look-see. Almost fell. Let me see over here. No, okay. What's in there? Oh. It's just inside the room. Why would I need a key for that? Oh well. Let's go back to looking for money. Alright, let's see. Okay. Let's go back up to where the game says to go. Corvo's chamber. Or the guide, I should say. Into Corvo's room we go. Alright, so it says underneath the desk and another coin on the chair next to its bed. I think we got both of these. Yeah. Go out of the opposite door and turn immediately left. Yeah, we got that. I'm pretty sure we have this too. Because it was over here. Yeah, we have that. I think we have these two basement ones too. Save myself some time right there. Oh, to the other side. What? She's dusting thin air, apparently. I'm almost certain we got all of everything down here. One underneath here, and one over there. Yeah. Alright, where next? I'm pretty sure we have these ones too, but let's go find out. Coins underneath the spigots. Yep, yep. And Hemlock Essence down there. Yep, we have it. A powdered crystal is on the same shelf side of the pub. Yeah, we have that too, I believe. Yep. 2 coins are underneath the booth. I think I have that. In fact, I'm almost certain I do. Let me check the picture. Yeah, right here, I think. Yeah, it would have been right here. We already have them. Right, where next? We have that. Have that. Have that. Apparently we can open the sewer gate. I don't. Maybe that's been patched. It says you can open the sewer gate. Head back to Samuel's boat and look left to see a sewer locked up at bars. You can open it by either rotating the wheel through the bars or use blink to go through the bars in certain places. Yeah, no, I don't really think I can do that. I'm not seeing a way. I think not to wait. Dude. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work for us. No. That's not gonna work for us. That's never been patched. Oh, I don't know. That's just not a thing for us. If you bought Voidwalker Arsenal DLC, each pouch of 500 coin will appear in Corvo's chambers as you sleep in your bed. 4 pouches are found around his room. And then that's the end for this area. Alright, I think that's everything. I think that is everything we can get for now. This area.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Alright. We have 2,115 coins. It's a decent amount. A very decent amount. There now. That's a lot of coins. It says we should get 2,000 from this place, but I've run through the entire area and I've only gotten 1,000. So fuck it, I guess. I'm thinking we get the bone charm capacity upgrade. I think I'm gonna do a manual save here. I think I've found as much as I can find for now.
Tell me what
I think what we'll do is we're gonna get the bone charm capacity upgrade, maybe some sleeping bolts and some crossbow upgrades if possible. And I think that would really help a lot. How much does it cost? That costs quite a bit, to be honest. I think we can make do with 3. No, let's max out. Oh, we can't. It's not there at the moment. Maybe in the future it comes back. Okay. Crossbow, accuracy, range. Reload isn't that important, to be honest. Let's get bolt capacity 1. And then let's spend the rest of our money on sleep bolts. Oh. That only gave us normal crossbow bolts capacity. Okay, let's reload and not get crossbow bolts capacity then, because that's a complete waste of money. Since I thought it would be all bolts, but no, it's not.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Alright. We're gonna get roughly the same. So bone charm capacity upgrades. I don't know. I don't think we need that, to be honest. Crossbow accuracy and range. Alright, let me get all them. That'll come in handy. Upgrades. Do we want to get masked? I don't think we want this or need it really, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'm happy with this. Perfect. And let's go to bed. In game. Hold on, let me follow this in reverse so I can find the quickest way to get upstairs. So through this door is the quickest way. Okay. Well, let's go to bed then. Menu, no. Quick save and sleep. I'll go to sleep. Somewhere else. Runes can be used to gain or upgrade supernatural powers. It said there would be pouches and stuff here if you had the Void Walker DLC. I'm a little bit confused. Do I not have it? Let me check. I should have all the DLCs. Let me just check real quick. I do have it, yeah. Dishonored Void Walker Arsenal. Yeah. Not there though. I wonder if it's because I already have a save file. That seems strange though. It seems strange to me to do it like that. But it's what it is. Alright, I'm just gonna wait. I have to wait for the game to full screen again. This game has issues with this. Just doesn't wanna. I don't know why. It just does. Takes ages to pop back up again when I alt tab. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh my god, it's taken a weirdly long amount of time. I think I might have to restart the entire game. Oh my, I think I might have to. Oh, yikes. Okay, I'm gonna restart the game. It's frozen up completely. Here we go. I think we've at least, you know, fixed the overly green issue. At least I hope so. I'll definitely try out the full color range setting after the stream. We'll see. But I think it's good for now. Alright, perfect. Just 1 second, chat. Un momento, por favor. Un momento, por favor. Just taking care of something real quick. Alright, that looks good to me. Alright. Perfect. What do I do now? I guess we just go back downstairs. Huh? Oh, what the hell? What the helly? Something's not right. Yeah, you can see that much. Say that again.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not?
No, I don't want to talk
Empress
about.
is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
What if I don't want to? How about blink? Okay. We can aim at ledges to climb up. Okay, pretty straightforward. Really? This is all we have access to. Alright, that's back where we came. You cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot save her. Oh, a chest. Drink a mana potion. I'm good, man. I will save it. Hold on, regen. Yep, yep. And again. Regenerate, please. Corvo, I am very sad. You say that you're dead like mother. And put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river, because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange, I do not like it. So please come for me if you can. Who the hell are you? You still look like the exact same person. I think they might have used the same model. What if I just jump off into the abyss? What then? Really thought of everything, huh? What is going on here? No idea. Oh! Not off up here. What the hell? They're just killing. Oh, are these Reapers, maybe? No, they're infected, so they're killing them. Oh, I thought I just jumped off for a second there. Oof. Oh, so it even has a little arrow. So if I do it here, does it too? Oh, that's nice. That's a nice little feature. A lot of games be like, no, fuck you, guess. Maybe you'll climb up, maybe you won't, maybe you'll fall to your death. But they just outright tells you whether you're gonna hit it or not. It's pretty cool, pretty snazzy, pretty handy. Oh.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands.
Thanks.
With this heart,
Always wanted a heart.
you hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Okay. Well, let me grab that first. Heart beats up and lights up when you're facing a bone charm or room, and it beats fast as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press right click while targeting a person or location.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom. I can feel the great age ending.
And yeah.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds nor centuries. Someday this place will
we've had all.
the lights in the sky.
Sleeping. We've had it all. I did a few more just to make sure, but yeah. It do be looping. So if I put that, no, I'll put that on that and that there. Perfect. Oh, I almost fell down. I don't know if I want to fall down right now. I want to look up here. See if there's anything over here. Probably not, but you know. I thought I was gonna fall through it for a second.
The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth.
Alright, I'm dropping down. I don't know if there's anything else. I'm assuming, yeah. Anything over here though? No, not really. What about over here? Nope. Alright.
This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom.
Oh, it doesn't stop even if you change. I think I can just... Yeah, oh no. I'm gonna let my mana regen first, just in case it fucks it up. A ruin, huh? Eat it. Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the power section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Alright, what have we got here? Ooh, dark vision seems really nice. I think I might get that. Oh, I think I have to anyway. I think level 2 dark vision is what we want. And then probably level 2 blink. Mouse control for human targets. What else is there? So these 4 look absolutely necessary. I don't know about that though. Yeah, so these first 4 look necessary for us. Okay. So we get health regen for that. Not really useful for us, to be honest. Yeah, no, that's not really going to be handy for us. That'll be really handy. That's not handy for us. So we want agility and vitality. We want dark vision level 2, blink level 2, possession level 2, then time level 2, vitality level 2, and agility level 2. And the rest doesn't really matter. I think what we will do is dark vision level 2 first, maybe possession, then agility, or maybe dark vision level 2 first, then agility level 2 first, maybe blink. I don't know yet. Well, let's start with this for now. It's the most obvious pathway. Level 2 dark vision is definitely the thing we want the most. Level 2 with that is going to be really handy. We need 2 runes, not that much. And then we'll go for that, I guess. We might just max both of these out first, so we can, you know, easily see and go to places we want to go to. And then probably agility, movement speed. Then I don't know though. We'll see. For now, dark vision level 2 is definitely priority number 1. So beyond that, it doesn't really matter too much. Honestly, this doesn't really matter too much too, because our goal is to not get seen at all. It might be useful in dealing with like the fish that bites us and shit, but who knows? Hours.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
There you go. A little bit weird. He's just gonna sit there watching me with interest. What's he doing? Is he bricked up? Is he touching himself too? The hell? Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. I think we've already read that before, yeah.
A reminder to all citizens, inspect your neighbor's species closely. If there is any sign of blood on the islands or cheats, you must notify the city.
Oh, what the hell? There's a shit ton of stuff in my room. Heroes no. Oh, actually, that's not a new thing. Oh, what the hell? Oh, a bunch of bone charms. You can activate up to 3 bone charms at once in the bone charm section of the journal. Okay. Mystical fish artifact. Mystical rat artifact. Alright, so we have a bunch of bone charms all of a sudden. Mid. No. Nope. I guess I'll equip that for now. Yeah, they're all pretty mid. I mean, I'm not even above equipping them. I mean, it makes sense since they're DLC. Why would you give like OP shit? Alright, let's sort this out. So heart number 2, blink, boom. Sleep dart 4. Honestly, these don't matter like, at all, since I have no interest in using them.
Somewhere in the basements below, Hound kills Hound, and money changes hands.
If you say so. The Royal Spy. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the Distillery District, but more slowly than I'd expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that. It's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the Royal Protector. At least she's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety. But a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wine glass, or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles. Yet her mother spoils her and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in this day, Emperor Coldman left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they please. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The water lock was much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person's gonna slip in, and we'll suffer for it. Mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the Watch. Why do I worry so when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves in our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Hiram Burrows, Royal Spy Master. Excerpt from an overseer's covert field report. For over a year now I've lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my overseer brethren or the guidance of the blind sisters of the oracular order. The years have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut purses, murderers, and worse, and the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys, and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meal with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favoured by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who were not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dord in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dord. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pandesian coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to the legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dord still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunmore like a reaper through wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years we now believe he spent travelling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in hidden basements, frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dord is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunmore and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in a handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke from a nearby rooftop. He gestured and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunmore, Dord has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment, used by miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dord was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached their home. There can be no doubt, Dord is an agent of the outsider and must die. But there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Dord is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way toward him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dord breathes no more. That was a long-ass read.
Such laughter, and they're singing old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time.
This is another long-ass book. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Battle Street gang. You want the chin-wag and slackjaw? What he was like when he was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but we weren't always like that in the days before he was the boss of the Battle Street gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins, and avoiding the law, pinching whatever they needed, dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10, but then born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages. It was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got passed into the Navy, or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as long as we all got, at least he was free. By the time we weren't little ones anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come with the plan, give everyone some part to play and decide on the split. Most of us just went along because we learned fast and we made out better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. Worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a kid anymore. Now he's an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we're all taken in a bawdy show in the theatre house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats too, just down the half from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramics between his slack-jaw, hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. Looked to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day, without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. We still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw actually pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are sharp hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm dangling at his side. Not sure how we knew where Mike the fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a ball through the window, just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside and Mike pokes his head out looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw on the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and the sharp hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight with the chain wrapped around his left arm. Hooks sunk into Mike the fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand. But he's a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. We just kept going and going, until finally it was just a Mike the fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck to Mike the fish's face with a nail. He just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. But at the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling that he was running a brand new curve on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-eyed Trish even came back missing her form, but apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, thought the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market, another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the other bosses found in bed with his belly opened wide and a Tyrian pear stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant, and Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in an old cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses, telling them to be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-eyed Trish one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilising his business, real neat like. Calling in favours, smoothing things over, even if you want a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus. Showing what you could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the responsible citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers in the watch too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskies, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen for nice if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy those potions. From Sokolov or Piero, health elixir or spiritual remedy to call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory of a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with the Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while, there were so many people down with plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over, and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. He put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town in the boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We get as much elixir to fight off the plague as for City Watch, but their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Crowley, Bottle Street Gang. I don't know what the mystical wolfhound thing is. Alright, what else have we got? Right, rats won't attack you. Sure. Sure. I'll put that on too. I'll pop that on for now. I don't know if there's anything better. There probably is. Yeah, that'll do me. The other bone charms aren't that great. Don't tell me this is another big ass book. Okay. Except from the ramblings of a street denizen. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. I can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out onto the street where the neighbours are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside. Warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking out his dry old ribs. I was to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine. Fine people. Very amore, everyone would say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor, better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said. And he was just barely a man. So young, painting all the best across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hands, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home now. We travelled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even all the way to the red cliffs of Pandesia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them for my dear husband, and I learned to boil them and carve them myself. He made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home, he loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, all them up so I could see it in his eyes. Even though his tongue was still, Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me, make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to the Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now, my little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup when he was sick. Better bones was all. My little mute boy carved in the name of the ones with the black eyes. After my husband was gone, giving away his birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old, I don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie. Especially those rude louts on Bottle Street, Slackjaw and his boys. Always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him. You and me and the dreary night with stars above and below. And always the one with the black eyes, dearie. Okay, so we have a rune over here we can grab.
Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go.
Beauty.
They top off the wine with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars.
Sounds awful.
Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames.
I don't think it's enough for anything I want right now. I need one more rune for what I want.
The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not followed.
Come on. Let me get out the water. Or don't, I guess. It's alright, we can teleport through the gate now, I think.
The ale here is sweetened with honey to hide the taste of river wine.
Aha, we're in. Hell yeah.
The silver steed whispers, the drum bell.
We should have some more money and shit to grab down here. Oh, I think I know where this is. That's the basement of that place, isn't it? Yeah.
Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost. The old man went into a dark corner and drank himself into oblivion.
Did you now?
That's the first to find it.
Ooh, money. Hell yeah.
They are burning the ways. Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here. Sometimes under the influence.
We'll do one more, and if it's something we already heard, then we've heard it all.
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
Men or hound, they all go in.
Okay, we've heard it all. We're good. Just gonna check this area for the loot. And then, we're done. I'm sorry, but I won't be here for the next meeting. Or ever again for that matter. What happened here was unnatural and makes me sick to recall. I'll have the result of our labours here for you to keep, but expect that the rats will consume it before you return. Goodbye. It looks like the rats did in fact consume it. Because there's fuck all there. Bitch ass rats. Alright, what, anything over here? Anything over here? Can I blink through here? No. Alright. Let me see. Let me see. Yes, my PC crashed and I was recording in MP4 format, so I lost the entire recording. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download the Twitch VOD, because luckily I was live streaming, and I'll manually edit out the cuts where I wanted it to be cut, be a kind of a nuisance, but that's what I'm gonna do. Then I'll merge these 2 segments together. So we have some money right here that we need to grab still. We got some coins next to the cabinet that I somehow missed. Right here. And then I believe some coins in the water here-ish. Thereabouts. That's what's sad. Oh, here they are. Boom. Right, we have all the coins that I could find. Let's get out of here. And head back. Also, I have changed my recording format from MP4 to hybrid MP4, which should make it so if my PC crashes, I still retain the file. And if we have issues with this recording format, I plan on switching to MKV and having OBS automatically remix it to MP4, which is probably what I should have been doing the entire time. And then this wouldn't have been an issue. But, you know, is what it is. Alright.
Havelock stopped in earlier, but I forgot what he wanted. He's waiting to see you, I believe.
I want upgrades,
what can I do for you?
Okay. Alright, we should have a decent amount of money again. Yep, we do. Alright. Oh, here's a rune. Yoink. Owned 5 out of 10. Kind of expensive. Okay, I'm gonna grab this instead. I don't plan on going into combat, but I'm gonna grab that because just in case, you know. Pistol upgrade. I don't really care too much about that. I think I'm gonna save my remaining coins for now. And then with this, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade Dark Vision. Naturally. It's too useful not to. I think we have all the loot in this area though, so, you know, there's not much we can do in that regard. This filter shouldn't be here, by the way. I installed a mod to remove it, but whatever, we can deal with it.
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandician cliffs. They found his ship drifting empty. You know, I tried to attend services with the overseers for a while. They've just gotten more and more, I don't know, rabid about the 7 strictures and witchcraft and all that nonsense. I think the Admiral's awfully distinguished, don't you?
Do I?
Everyone I know cried the day we heard the news about the Empress. Poor woman. And her little daughter lost. From what I understand, it just killed the Admiral to be cast out from the Navy. That was his life, before the Lord Regent came along. Someone came and banged on the door a few nights ago. I thought Lord Pendleton would piss himself. Oh, begging your pardon. To think what I spend smuggling in wine for his lordship. That Wallace can cook, yes, but the way he talks to us, you'd think he was a lord himself. I'd work for you for a year for free if you managed to get that Lord Regent off the throne. None of the shops are open, all the business has dried up, and most people can't even walk the streets. That man's a blight on the city.
Alright, well that's here. Dialogue exhausted. Let's go find someone else to speak to.
Good day, Master Corvo. Lydia and I trade chores sometimes, and I'm starting to think I never come out ahead. She's a smart one. I hope the attic's to your liking. I've slept there myself on summer nights. I went and knocked on the front door a few nights ago for a joke. No one thought it was funny.
That's pretty funny.
My sister lost a tooth last month, fighting off some officer from the City Watch. The sooner the Lord Regent is gone, the better, I say. Just you wait. I'll own this place one day. I've dreamed it.
Sure, yeah, if you saw it in a dream, it must happen.
Are you a nobleman, Corvo? No one seems to know much about you. By your bearing, I'd say so. Lord Pendleton's great-grandfather took a Sakonan chambermaid to wife. On second thought, the story doesn't bear repeating. Even the finest blood can go bad, here and there. There's a little Tivian blood in the Pendleton line. That's the worst anyone could say about them. I think it's come out in the brothers, just a little bit.
Really?
Lord Trevor's pure as the Empress herself, I'm happy to say. The Pendletons are quite wealthy, but they were noble long before that. You've heard rumors about the Pendleton mines being worked by slaves, I suppose. Never been there myself, and I refuse to believe it. They say Custis Pendleton made an improper remark to the Empress once, and you ejected him from a state dinner before asking who he was. Well done, I say.
What?
This plague has ruined the social season for all of us.
Alright. Who else is here? I think I just spoke to her. Yeah. Is the nobleman gone? I can only assume so. Given the fact that I don't see his aura anywhere. I mean, I doubt he's up here. I doubt he's over here either. I think I'd see him by now if he was over here. Yeah, what's that blue thing? Oh, it's this. Did I hear this?
Elementary sums. History of the Isles.
Oh, I didn't.
Geography of the Isles. The Seven
I somehow
Pictures.
forgot to play it while I was here.
The White Cliff. Sayings of the Overseer. One day we'll get a few new books.
That's it.
Element.
I guess so. Alright. Back over this way we go. I'm almost certain at this point, Nobleman's gone. I should have seen him by now.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Caldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits. Glad to see you got your rest, Corvo. You'll need it. Say, that's an interesting tattoo on your hand. Saw a lot of that in the Navy, but nothing quite like yours. Keep your eye out for Martin. I need him back here if we're going to pull this off.
Anything else to say?
Overseer Campbell tricked and bullied his way into power. The man is completely corrupt. The City Watch and the Overseers can't stand each other. The military doesn't mix well with a bunch of religious fanatics. You might be able to use that. Nervous? I would be. Tonight is the beginning of a new life for you. But you're killing for just endeavor. Remember that. High Overseer Campbell is a bastard, and we've got to find Emily. The Overseers are a strange bunch, completely obsessed with the 7 strictures and hunting down heresy. I don't know if I believe in all that witchcraft bunk, but I saw some odd things at sea.
Alright, if you say so. What is this? Have I read this? No, I haven't. Excerpt from a letter of public concern by anonymous authors. What you've read here is the truth, regardless of what you will hear from the authorities who rule over us. It is not a massive coincidence that the former royal spy master is the one who stepped in when the late Empress fell. We, who will remain nameless, believe these events are interconnected. The signs of oppression are all around us. The Sokolov designs originally intended to provide light and warmth in our homes have been turned against us as a means of inspiring fear and controlling our movements through the city. And where did this plague originate? Some say it was imported. A wild theory? Perhaps. One of our members risked her life to obtain an internal report from the government, which we'll be printing and sharing soon. The exquisite tall boy, extolling the virtues of this newest member of the City Watch. For those in the streets below, these virtues are horrors, spread by stilted folks who rain down fire on the sick and the poor. To these eyes, the tall boy is another government bully armed with incendiary devices, thickly armoured and standing high overhead looking down at the common people of the city. We now know that the tall boys are heavily drugged, imbibing a substance that renders them resistant to pain, but also dulls whatever empathy they might normally possess. Exquisite? We think not. Copy these words and share them with your neighbours, and remember, when the tides are the lowest, the truth will be revealed. Alright. Alright, cool. I think that's everything. Yeah. I think we are ready.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me, but my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison, and I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Sure. Sure, we can try. We can, well, not try, we will do it. I've to say, okay. Let's go speak to Samuel then. Alright. Let's do another manual save right here. Yeah, what's up, Samuel?
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Let's go then. Take me to the distillery district. The metallic masks worn by the overseers protect them from frontal ranged attacks. Doesn't protect them from being knocked out though. High Overseer Campbell leads the city's militant religious faction and is a close ally to the Lord Regent. Campbell is completely corrupt and holds a secret to Emily's location. Infiltrate the office of the High Overseer, steal Campbell's journal, and eliminate him. An ally to the Loyalists, Martin, is being held there. Free him and allow him to escape. Sure, mate. Mate, you never know.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. The City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. And there are the real odd birds living on the fringes like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. know which is worse. Just take your pick.
The City Watch holds Clover and Blade beyond the first wall of light. The Bottle Street gang controls the side streets around Clover and Blade Boulevard. Bernie Rags lives in an apartment at the far end of Endovia Street. Alright.
If you decide to go up Clavering, don't let the guards spot you.
I wasn't planning on letting them see me.
Thugs if you take to the alleys. Mean bastards. I'll be here when you come back. Good luck, Corvo.
Alright. We'll do another manual save here. And then let's hide a little bit. Are these right rats? I don't think so. One of them is.
Make it 3 more months.
Hey, what is it? I think that last one was moving. What? Yeah,
it scared me for a second.
Not possible. I inspected it myself. Keep working.
He ain't moving no more.
Hold on, I gotta kill these rats. I don't want them to, you know, eat that body. I ate my last one. Oh, there's a note here. Wait. Doesn't show up in dark vision at all. Oh well. Arthur's note. Dearest Gwen, the city is gonna burn. I've sold everything, so there's nothing for me here now except you. I'll wait for you where Clavering Boulevard crumbles into the river. Where we used to meet, we'll take the money I've made and bribe our way onto a passing whale ship. I won't leave without you, and if you won't come, I'd rather be rat food. Love, Arthur. Rip. Alright. Did I miss another note around here then somewhere maybe? That's kind of a bitch that that's not highlighted as I thought it would be. There's a shit ton of money here, that's crazy. Alright.
One, 2, 3, heave!
Oh. Right on me head. Dark vision. See them bozos. See fish over there. There's probably loot over there. But
1, 2, 3, heave! Keep coming!
Not my problem right now.
Pass me by. All the others
Down with the sickness. Is she a god or not? No.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
Sorry,
the
I can't
following
help you.
businesses have been
I don't know
closed
this
and
area
impounded by the state
Just dropped
due
their
to
money.
I'm only
contamination.
out because I was helping
Barrow's
older
Barbershop
acquaintance
and
get home.
Surgery, the Duke and
Some
Dancer
strangers
Ale
gave us
House,
directions and fed us
Merritt's
earlier.
Printing Firm, Pennyworth's
People are
Tack
good
and
at their
Saddle
center.
Emporium, and the Smoke Street Dice Hall.
Meanwhile, I just robbed there. Rip.
Oh, fuck! Disgusting!
Is it? I don't see anything. Should I hide that body more? No, I think it's fine, but it is. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god.
I have to keep this position. He says to bring a bottle, I bring a bottle. He says to bring food, I bring food.
Okay.
He says to undress.
I almost missed that, even with the dark vision thing. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here, guys. As I said, I'm gonna download the Twitch VOD, and I'll merge it together. Do my best to cut out the parts that I wanted to cut out. We'll see. But with that in mind, if you watch this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Follow on Twitch helps even more. But regardless, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.